Look at this breathtaking sunrise. So it was approximately 4:50 a.m. and we're about to see the first set of barracudas. So Jake was the one who saw these barracudas. They were trying to beat me on the rock corner, so he called me so that I could try and stop them. The current was heading out in their favor, so these barracudas was really smart. They used the current to beat us on the rock corner. Right here I was trying my best to cut them off, but the current was strong, guys, and they were using the current to their advantage, so they beat me. I tried to make a dive on this one right here because this one seems to be the one that wanted to stop, but I couldn't get in range, so Jake swam past me right here in hopes of catching up to them. He was successful. The one that I dive at, that one actually stopped, so Jake made a dive on it right here. Wait, when? Oh, wait. Jake, you're not diving? What's up? What's wrong? Oh, yeah, he's diving now. Yeah, man, it finally stopped. Jake got in shooting range and he fired a shot at it, and he was successful in spearing that fish, but it escaped. See that just now, guys? Saw a set of barracudas, but we got none of them. Jake took a shot, but I thought he speared it, but we don't know what happened, guys. We don't know what happened there. But the barracuda, them, I swim fast because the current is in their favor, so them beat me on the rock corner, guys. Yeah, man. Can't use the current to beat me, but just stay tuned, guys. We are go back on the hunt, alright? The suit I give me a problem, guys. The suit hot and it's too tight. Yeah. I might not wear it again. About a minute after Jake returned from the barracuda stone, I heard him calling out. He saw this barracuda. I reached right here where I could have made a dive on it, but because Jake was the one who saw it, I just watched him as he speared this one. He presented a good shot on this fish, so all I did was I just watched him as he fights this fish because the shot was a good holding shot, guys. Yeah, man, he presented a good shot on this fish. It seems as if this fish didn't realize it got speared until Jake reached back to the surface. That is when this fish started to fight. See that? Yeah, man, it started to give Jake a run for his money now. Swimming around and around. Jake is a professional, so Jake just went around with it, going around and around, not allowing himself to knot up in the card. Yeah, man, you have to just follow their lead, guys, until they are tired, then you pull them out. This barracuda though was really strong, so it was going around and around. So what I did, I just gave it some distance while I watched as Jake dealt with it. Yeah, man, this one was a powerful one.
Yo! Yo!
I saw about 8 barracudas here, so I was alerting Jake. But while I was doing so, these barracudas spook and turn away from me. I didn't hear Jake respond, so I started to chase these barracudas to see if I could stop them and get a chance with one of them. They weren't acting wild, they were just swimming around, so I didn't approach them aggressively. I was calm with them until right here they stopped, so I picked out the one that I wanted to spear. Then I made a slow dive on them. As you can see, guys, they are just moving a lot, but they are not that wild. I took a shot at this one and I presented a shot on it, but this barracuda escaped. Look at that. Let's take a look at the shot again. Look at this, guys. It was a good placement shot, not the best, but it was good enough where I could get that barracuda, but the spear fell out of that fish and I just head back for the surface quickly and chased it because I know it was injured bad. It stopped right here, so I quickly put back the spear in the gun, set my first rubber, set the second rubber. It was on the ocean floor there, not moving, so I decided to give the gun a wrap. Yeah, man, so after I finished wrapping the gun so that I could get more range, I made a dive on it here. As you can see there, guys, it's just laying there on the ocean floor. So I took my time with this fish, but this fish tricked me Just as I was getting into shooting range, it sum off, so I just fired a shot at it and I wasn't successful. After that, I realized that some of the other barracudas was still at the rock, so I quickly set up back.
Rock corner!
After I finished set up back and approached the barracudas, they started to swim away from me, but they were heading in the direction that Jake was in, so I was calling Jake to tell him that the barracudas are coming up. This is the first time Jake has been so distracted. Normally, if I start to chase a barracuda, Jake would have picked up what was going on. And I fired at a barracuda twice and Jake still didn't pick it up. But he heard the call here and he stopped them at this rock. So I swam towards them slowly. Jake also just speared another barracuda. Yeah man, so while I was chasing these barracudas, another one came and he speared one. So right here when they saw Jake and I, they stopped in the middle, so I took my breath, then I made a dive on them here. At this point I was tired, guys, because I was chasing them for a long time. But while I was getting into shooting range, they swam off, so I just took a shot there. I didn't even take a good aim and I wasn't successful. Let me show you the shot again. I didn't even put the spear on the barracuda. You see that, guys? I just pull up the gun after the barracuda swam off and press the trigger. So a while after, Jake was circling the barracuda stone and I heard him calling me. He saw two barracudas here. One of them was a huge one. He made the dive on the big one right here. He also presented a shot on this fish. I look at the shot there and realized it was a good holding shot, so I wasn't approaching the barracuda to give it a second shot. But while he was surfacing there, he was showing me that there was another one. I didn't see the other one, but he was pointing it out to me. But when I got there, that barracuda left. I actually lost the barracuda brainer and I found it back here. Right here was the spot where I was trying to give the barracuda a second shot. Yeah man, so I found back the barracuda brainer. Not long after I returned back to the spot where we wait for the barracudas, I saw two more coming up here. So I made a dive on them. I pick out the bigger one. This decision was easy because the other one was really small. I approached this barracuda slowly and this was actually my first barracuda. I make sure I took a good aim and presented a good shot on this fish. Yes, because this was my first barracuda. After I speared that, I realized it was a good holding shot, so I was looking around for Jake to tell him that the other one stopped, but he had already seen that it stopped, so he swam over to it and I was pulling up my barracuda here while I was watching Jake. He made a dive on it and he got in range and fired a shot. He speared it, but that barracuda escaped. Look at this, guys. While I was dealing with my barracuda, the barracuda that Jake just speared, look at that. You see that? He was swimming across the screen there. Yeah man, it escaped. So Jake started to chase it. It caught up to it there because it stopped. So while I was dealing with this barracuda and watching Jake, I saw a school right there just as I turned around. So I called Jake there to let him know that a school was there to leave that small barracuda alone, because the shot that he gave that barracuda, it's not gonna affect him. Yeah man, he's gonna live. So I quickly set back my rubbers while Jake was approaching the barracudas from the right hand side there. So both of us was above them. I quickly set the other rubber, then I made a dive. Jake and I made a dive. He made a dive on the right and I made a dive on the left. But the barracudas got spooked. I was trying to spear this one, but that one swam away. Jake was the lucky one though. He got a shot off and he was successful in spearing that one. While Jake was dealing with this barracuda, I quickly swam for the one that I speared before the school came, because the current was sucking it out at sea. This was it here. So just as I caught up to it, Jake called me.
You come to me barra, guys, and Jake call me again.
I thought it was another set of barracudas, but when I reached where Jake was, I realized that it wasn't. So the barracuda that Jake speared went around the rock with his spear, so his spear stuck underneath the rock. The Barracuda fight and tore out, so he wanted a second shot. The Barracuda was taking refuge underneath the rock. So when I reached where Jake was, I gave him my spear gun. So then he made a dive there and he took a shot at it and he wasn't successful. The Barracuda was still underneath the rock, so he gave me back the spear gun for me to set up again. So I quickly set up, and this time I made the dive on it. The Barracuda was at the edge of the rock here peeping out. It's not coming from underneath the rock, guys. So I just slowly approached it, took a good aim, and I presented a good holding shot on this fish. Then I just quickly head back for the surface and pull up this Barracuda. But funny thing though, just before I grab this Barracuda in the gill, look what this Barracuda did. Look, you see it come up nice and easy. Look at that. See that? The Barracuda fight just as I pin it to the gill and tore out. Look at that. See that, guys? Yeah, man, it tore out. So we watched where it was going while I quickly pulled back from my gun. Jake had set up his spear gun at this time, so while I was setting back my rubbers, Jake made a dive on it because Jake freed his spear and set up back. So I was watching Jake here. Jake was trying to knock out this Barracuda and radam, Jake missed. Let's take a look at it again, guys. You see that? He was trying to knock out that Barracuda, but he missed. The Barracuda was taking refuge underneath this stone again. I didn't put up the Barracuda I speared as yet, you know, guys. That was the Barracuda I speared, so I grabbed it there because the current was pulling it away, and I was looking for the one that was hiding from us underneath the rock here. So Jake was on top of the rock there. He knew exactly where it was, so I asked him where it was and he pointed out to me. But before I could dive on it there, it swam out and came underneath this rock here. So I made a dive on this and I was like, I am gonna show Jake how you knock out Barra. So I took a good aim. Radam. Let's take a look at it again. Radam, guys. This Barracuda this Barracuda gave us a lot of problems. I missed that shot as well, so I quickly head back for the surface. Jake set up his spear gun and immediately made a dive on it. This time Jake was successful, yeah man, and he took out this one. So right there, Jake was bringing back the two Barracudas back to land. While Jake was heading back for land, I saw this school of butterjacks and this one blue runner, and I took out the blue runner because the blue runner was the biggest one. The blue runner was the biggest one, and it was the only blue runner in the butterjack school. You see that, guys? A blue runner jack in a butterjack school. Jake came back in the water fast enough to get a chance with one, and he was successful in getting that one. So I got a blue runner and Jake got a butterjack. Look at this, guys. The weight of this one was 3 pounds. Right here I spotted another Barracuda. This one was wild though. This one wasn't allowing me to come in close, and it wasn't stopping either. It was swimming, so I made a dive on it here. It wasn't stopping, so I had to take this shot. After I fired that shot, I realized that the spear flew through it, so I didn't hold any tension because I realized that the shot caught it thin, so I allowed it to swim. It was actually heading in the same direction Jake was in, so I was calling Jake for him to give it a second shot for me. It actually knocked up the track card as well, so right here I made this dive to free it because I didn't want any tension on the line so that it would rip out. I was calling Jake and also looking for him, but I didn't see Jake, and the Barracuda actually knot up itself around a rock.
Oh, Jake, boy.
This was the rock it tangled itself around, but finally I saw Jake coming. Jake went to chase another Barracuda and he was successful in spearing it.
What, Jake shot one too?
The shot on this Barracuda was better than I thought. But because I saw that the spear flew through it, I thought it was really thin, but it wasn't that thin. I could have hold a little tension on it and pull up this Barracuda. But When Jake reached here, he realized that it wanted the second shot, so he went down and he presented the second shot on this fish. This fish knot up my card around this rock again, so what I had to do here, I had to make a dive to pull out the track card again. Yeah man, because this fish swam underneath a lot of rocks fighting to escape. Yeah man, so after I pull out the track card there, I just quickly head back for the surface. Then I started to pull up this barracuda. Jake was the lucky guy today. He was just seeing barracudas after barracudas. Yeah man, he's really lucky today. After I took out the spear out of the barracuda, I went to land to throw it up. Then I head back out in the water. Jake saw somebody by the barracuda stone, so he swam towards the stone to check out who it was. So then I hear him calling me. While I was heading towards Jake, I saw 2 barracudas here. Jake didn't see the barracudas, he was just alerting me that someone was at the stone. So I made a dive on the barracuda here, but it swam off. It was acting really wild. Then both of them link up here again, and I was like, I have to take a far shot at this barracuda, because this barracuda is wild. So I made a dive on it here. As you can see there, guys, it's whining and whining fast as I get closer. So I just took a shot there and I presented a shot on this fish. This shot was thin. So as you can hear, I was calling Jake to give it a second shot there. But the spear stuck on the ground there and it fight and tore out. This barracuda didn't go that far though, so I quickly pulled up my spear and went on the outside, then called Jake, showed it to him, and I stayed on the outside here to block it off from heading out to the deep. So Jake got in range there and he gave this one a second shot. And I was feeling real good, guys. Yeah man, I was feeling relieved. I am happy that I got this barracuda. This one was my biggest one this morning. Yeah man, I was really happy. While we watch as Jake pull up this barracuda, I have a quick riddle for you guys, so listen out. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Ella top, ella bottom, hallelujah in the middle. What am I? Jump in the comment section and let me know.
Yo, I told them I call if you go shoot the next one and the boy stuck his spear a rock and fight, I see you going up in the air, so I assume come down here. I assume come there, I see them come from across here.
I saw 2 more butterjacks here, so I was doing some grunting and using the hand technique to attract them, but they weren't taking the bait, so I didn't get any chance with any of them.
The weather change, guys. See if it's gonna rain. Yeah man, the weather change.
At this point, I was planning on heading in because a Dranko fly down where the barracudas were, and I know that the Dranko will eat the barracuda, so I was heading out of the water. But while heading out, I saw a sleeper night parrotfish here. It was hiding from me. It was of good size, so I tried to spear it here, but I wasn't successful. So I went out of the water and Dranko duties.
Mr. Dranko fly down. You want to eat it, right? Hey guys, Mr. Dranko. Eh? The bar I'm going to eat. Alright, down the side there now. I'm flying fly up. Look at that. Oh my Lord, thank you God. See that, Father? See that, guys?
just reaching, see the damage, yeah? Yeah, man. The barracuda, them pretty. Blue one pretty, and the blue one, them this. See that? Yeah, man. A lot of flesh. Today, a lot of meat. Look at this jack. Monster. So this one is a butter jack, or some persons call them yellow jack, and this one is a blue runner. Yeah, man. So stay tuned.
6 bar if you have enough.
Oh, yeah, oh, what? Oh, you want me to go and stone there?
6.
You want to talk about it? Start the story. You don't want to tell the story. I want to tell the story. You remember how everything go? Yeah. Yo, we don't remember how everything going on. You believe it? Yeah. We don't remember how everything going on. Yes, guys. So, and shake a scale up, you know. I try my best to give you guys a summary of what happened. Yeah, so the first set of barracudas that came, I think it was about 6 or 5 of them. 8? Oh yeah, it was 8 of them. Jake saw them and called me. While we were approaching them, they beat me on the rock corner. Jake continued to chase them, catch up to one and he spear it, but it escaped. I don't know whether barracuda escaped, because the shot looked like it went center to me, but that one escaped. So after that, we were there for quite some more time. Then after, Jake went to circle the stone. When he came back about a minute or so after, he saw another one coming up. And he took out that one. So that was his first barracuda. After a while, I went to the stone and then I saw about 8 of them. So they were swimming towards me like this, and then me called Jake, say hip hip. Because it was a lot of them, and when we do that they spook a little, but me end up getting a chance with one and I spear him and he run off. And when he run off, I'm hold tension upon him, the spear does slide through. Seems as if the gill never open, or the gill open and close, so I lost that one. But guess what, guys? He swim off and then he stopped, so me chase it. And then when we dive on it again, it swam off. So after I surfaced and was heading back up, I saw the rest of barracudas, guys. It seems as if they stopped at the stone and I didn't realize, and Jake didn't hear when I was calling him. So when I was swimming going up back, I saw them again. So I started to chase them and was calling Jake. I called Jake about 2 times. At first me ever call Jake so much and Jake not here. Normally as me swim past, Jake could see me or hear me, but this morning seems as if he never focused. But after a while in here and he stopped them, then I made a dive on them, and they went, when after I dive, one of them they swam off and I just take a shot at one of them and I wasn't successful with that one. So at this time I had no barracudas yet, but after I took a shot at that one, Jake speared another one. Yeah, so both of us dive in the same area, and the one at that time you shoot him and no
Miss.
No man, you shoot him. No
Run then up.
No, mix up. Guys, you see that? A lot of action going on. The story mix up. At different time you shoot one.
Run then up.
Yeah, the run. Oh yeah.
Oh miss.
At that time, after I took that shot, Jake chased the school and he stopped them. He fired that one, but he wasn't successful. Then after, I want another school he come.
Yeah.
Another school come.
No, 2. Where you get the first one?
Oh yeah, 2 come. Yeah, we just have a guys, a lot of action. So this story, we mix up the story, but yeah. After that happened, then 2 came and I got the first one. Then Jake speared one and the other one, but it escaped. So after Jake speared, this was the first one I got. So after I speared this one, it was 2 of them. This was the bigger one and then a smaller one. After I speared this one, then Jake made a dive and speared the smaller one, but it escaped. And after it escaped, it was swimming slow, so Jake chased it down, set up again, and while he was doing so, I was trying to record him. And I look around me, so when I look guys, I saw another school. So I called Jake, beep, beep, beep. I told him to leave that small one alone. And then both of us swam towards them. I made a dive on them and then they swam off from me. But Jake was successful with spearing one. So Jake got 3 there and I had 1. Yeah man. See that guys, the Barracuda, they were come nice. After that now, I decided to go by the Barracuda stone. When I went down there, I saw one. I speared that one. I wasn't sure of the shot, so I didn't hold any tension. I leave it to swim because the shot was thin. And it swam all the way up back to the spot where we float away for Barracudas. At that time, Jake speared another one. That one was coming in from outer sea, so he speared that one. And I was calling him, beep, beep, give this one a second shot for me. Then he dived and gave it a second shot. Yeah, man. And what happened after that, don't you? Oh, it's up there already go. Guys, one thing I will say, we shoot off a barrel 5 times.
More than that. Missing about 2 times.
Yeah, yo. Guys, we shoot off a one barrel about 5 times. Jake shoot him, he escaped. So, Jake borrow my gun, shoot off, I miss. Then, me set up, back my gun, dive off him, shoot him and pull him up. Well, just as me I'm gonna grab him in my hand, the Barracuda fight and tear out. Jake go down again, and miss. Then me go down and miss. Then Jake finally take him out, guys. We just said, no, so that Barracuda give us a lot of trouble. The reason why we're missing a guys is because we are trying to knock him out. That is why. Yeah, because he get shot already, we are trying to knock him out. And because he underneath the stone, them, you know, so we are trying to knock him out. So that is why. It seems as if every time we find us moving it, I move a little. But yeah, that was it, guys. So I'm going to finish scale up these Barracudas and then get fed up. The suit kind of hot, guys, so I'm going to take it off. So I'll see you when I finish, okay? Finish cleaning them up, wash them off and thing. Yeah man, we are drain them, guys, so that the water within inside of them run out. Yeah man, 7 barrelino pan a rock. Bop, 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 bop. So that's the end of the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and please remember